What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to another episode of my Motorsport Manager career mode on the PC. You join us here with a brand new car part made, which is the brand new front wing that we obviously had to design to sort of replace the one that got banned. So we've got that now, so we can improve the reliability of that and ignore some other things like the engines. We've now got them to a really nice 87-86%. That's pretty much good enough now for the rest of the season, because the engine, we only really needed 75 around there and to really be comfortable, using a lot of rich mix like we do a lot of the time in the race, because that's usually the way we go. We go quite aggressive on the engine, so now we can work on improving the reliability of these front wings. And I'm going to look at any other part that maybe needs work. Obviously, brakes, we've got one of these banned, so we need to work on another set of brakes. So obviously the next one we would use would be the 317. We're already using the 358, so I want to put that on reliability as well, just to bump that up from 69%. If we move down to suspension could be worth doing later on, but it's not a crucial part. It's never a part that really goes down too often, so I'm fine with leaving those as it is. In terms of the gearbox, we're not improving any of those, but they seem all okay at the moment. Reliability for the two best ones is pretty good, 82 and 83 there, and this is going to improve to 3. Actually, we can take this off now. This is only literally like 3 points off, so we can actually remove that. Has this got a way to go? That's pretty much done as well, so we can remove that as well. So basically just looking out for any parts that have a big gap to improve upon. Obviously, we've already got this one set of brakes. We can improve this other set of brakes to 330, which wouldn't be too bad. That would help us out a little bit. Engine, obviously, we can't improve. Gearbox, we just talked about. This could be improved even more. And also, well, no, not the gearbox. Rear wing can't do anything. And suspension, we can do something. But again, that's just 2. And the next best is, ooh, a 291. Okay, that might be worth improving. So I can't actually click that. I've got all the slots available. So I'll keep that in mind. That last suspension we can improve to 291. So that's quite a big jump there. So I'll remember that for that one. But in terms of reliability, we're looking all good. So in fact, I'm actually going to split this about halfway, 10-10. Get a nice even spread for that. But the next race will be the Japanese Grand Prix. So I guess I don't think there's anything actually to... Yeah, there's basically nothing until these parts get done. So basically, I think we're going to jump ahead to the race. Oh no, I was wrong. There was something. A very last minute vote just before, literally, we're traveling to the race and having the vote the day before. So, my bad. So this race is, this vote is coming up. Refueling ban. So, this is going to be obviously, well, it says it in the name, no refueling. So, cannot refuel due to the race. This makes things £20,000 cheaper per race when compared to with the championship, which allows refueling. So, generally cheaper to run. This will benefit teams with low budgets, obviously, and this will rule out teams that have higher budgets. Obviously, we're not included in that because the game doesn't really know where we stand, because we can fluctuate depending on how our season goes. Obviously, I'll be hoping for myself we can at least grab second again this season, so we would be on the higher side of it. So I would say not benefit, and I'm going to go against that. But then at the same time, honestly, I don't really mind too much. I don't mind if we don't have to refuel. It's one less thing to worry about in a way during the race, and I think I'll be okay at managing that, because generally we've always had issues when we're refueling the car. I either put too much fuel or not enough fuel. This way, if it's just one tank, all I have to do is keep an eye on the excess fuel marker, and basically when it goes away I have to put it down to medium. So in light of that, I don't actually care about it, so I'm going to abstain again from this vote and get another voting power, because we've already got 2, so I'm going to get 3 from abstaining for this, because honestly I really don't care. So we're going to see what they do. We're going to skip on towards the end. So at the moment it's pretty even actually, and it looks like a lot of undecideds, and the 4s get it just about. So refueling has been banned. So from next season, a season I think will still be in GP2 to be honest, refueling will be banned. So a lot of undecided there, including myself obviously. So just about got it there, 4-3. So refueling ban wins. So there will be, that's approved for the 2020 season. So that's going to be quite an interesting development for next year, but that's next year. Let's move on to the Japanese Grand Prix, which is literally the next day, but we've got sponsors to look at. We've got PlaySport. We already had Deutsche Air, but they were pretty terrible. PlaySport, 600k, and we get a 2.2 bonus for the United Kingdom Grand Prix. That lasts for 3 races long, this deal. So you look at home, obviously we've got quite a few races till the British Grand Prix, which is the last race on the calendar, but these guys have 1 race remaining for... These guys had how many? 3 races remaining. on that deal, so that won't go through then, will it? It won't. I won't have enough time to actually accept that. So actually, I have to honestly just leave this then, because there's actually no point, because I've already got these two sponsors which are working well for me. Good bonuses from both of them. So really, there's no point in me taking them. Might as well wait for maybe something to come along that might be equally as good with as PlaySport, and that might have a bonus for, I don't know, the Brazilian Grand Prix, Australian, Canada. I can't wait till the British Grand Prix because the deal will expire. The sponsor will run out. So we're going to leave that there, and so we're going to literally move on one day. Huge deal there in the calendar. Move on one day to the next day. Before we travel to the Japanese Grand Prix, though, let's take a quick look. We're going to remove that. That's 83. That's fine. 67, we'll keep that on. These guys, what are they looking like? 324, 330. That's okay. 361, we can remove that. That's only 3 off, so that's fine. We don't need to be kind of pedantic with it at the moment in this stage of the season. We can remove that as well. So I'm going to remember, we want to put this suspension part on and add that on. And that's pretty much it. So in terms of reliability, let's get back to reliability and just try and really boost, kind of uber boost some of these parts up. So we'll keep the front wing that we've got there. I guess we can boost that front wing as well. Gearbox is usually something that goes, so we can boost both those gearboxes and continue to do that. And we'll continue it going a bit, or we'll go towards performance 11.9, because these are all pretty damn good, so we're in no rush to improve those reliability parts, so we'll do it now more towards performance there. But yeah, that's it. So towards the Japanese Grand Prix. In terms of sponsors, which one should I pick? Third or above 1.3, obviously, and then one place gets us 100,000. So really, again, I think I used the same logic last race. Might as well go for third or above, just because only one place, 100,000, we may lose out on the entire thing if we're not lucky. So we might as well just go with that. And I believe also we only have one race anyway left on this sponsor, so we may as well use it for the bonuses. In terms of the fit parts, obviously we had 2 parts banned. So we've got one risky part left, but that's a low risky part. The thing is, I think I was fine using some low risky parts. Is the fact that I had 3 of them, and 2 of them were on the same car. And I think 2 lows make a medium, and the medium is very easy to catch, or more likely to catch, obviously, you would think logically. So I think we're fine sticking with this one low risk part on one of the cars, but we can't put 2 lows on one car, because that will be way too risky. But in terms of the parts we're going to fit, I'm going to give Balcazar the better parts again. So 362, 324, that's fine. Obviously, engine doesn't matter too much, but I'll give her the more reliable one. In terms of the front wing, we'll give Balcazar... actually, you know what? I'll actually give her this one, just because it's more reliable. But at the same time, if she ends up winning the race, I don't want her to be disqualified if I get really unlucky again. So I'm going to give Balcazar the better front wing, where it's going to have a little bit less reliability. But the hope is she's going fast enough that if we do need to make a change on that front wing, we could afford to. In terms of the gearbox is all fine. Gearboxes are actually one thing that we're really solidifying now in our season. Probably want to make a new gearbox, because this one, 344, is lagging behind. Can only go to max 347, whereas this is max of 393. So this one really has lagged behind a little bit. So we might need to make a new one soon. In fact, actually, why don't we actually just do that now? We've got some funds. I mean, we've got 3.7 million. So I don't know. We may as well. But also, let me look at other parts. Is it worth making any other parts? We could make new brakes, potentially. Brakes could be quite important to make. We've got a few other kind of high brake zone track coming up. So... and the brakes are pretty cheap. So I'll make a new brake. So, here we go. 20 plus deceleration. And then for... what are we going to pick? Should we just choose this again? And then build time -1. So it's going to be an average one. What will that be? 375? I'm pretty sure that's pretty damn high compared to what we got right now. So we'll build that part. 600k down the bank. So decent. So that will get built in how many days? 4 days time. That's fine. That's fine. What am I going to? I forgot I need to go back to this. I think this is all good though. I think we've got everything. Suspension will give Balcazar the better one. A little bit less reliable though. Rear wing, same issue, same thing, same story there. And gearbox, we already talked about that. So we're all good to go. It's going to be, oh wow, monsoon. Okay. I may show you a bit of practice, guys, because I'm curious what this monsoon weather is. I've never seen monsoon in this game yet, so I'm curious. Maybe that's a new thing, because there was a small patch yesterday. I recorded this on a Saturday. There was a patch yesterday on Friday. I don't know what it was for. Maybe it added monsoon in, because I don't remember there being monsoon in this game, or at least I didn't notice it. So, and I'm blind. I didn't see it, so I don't know. Maybe it's a new thing, so I'm curious to see what that is. But anyway, clear qualifying and race clear, so that's really the only thing we care about, really. So this practice session actually may be very, very pointless, but either way, it's got to get done. So I'll maybe show you a bit of practice, but let's move into Japan. Okay, here is this monsoon. Oh, okay, it looks a little bit different, not slightly, but the skies in the background there, the blurry skies, look a tad different, so maybe this might be something. We're on intermediate, so clearly not a very big monsoon yet. I mean, it's coming, hopefully. Well, okay, I said it was coming, but you can see the rain is actually decreasing to about 12 minutes, so yeah, some monsoon in Japan, I can report. It's very dangerous, it's treacherous. It's gonna get to full dryness. What a terrible monsoon that is. I've actually sent them out on softs. I've literally just done that because it's going to get dry enough, literally, well, now, to the point where it's fine. I mean, you can see now some people are on medium. So, an update. That monsoon, clearly working. I think, yeah, good thing we were warned. But anyway, we're getting on with it. You know, obviously race trim, soft tires, not much else. We'll see if the monsoon does come eventually. I have a sneaking suspicion maybe around minute 4 it will just come like completely up and go full wet in those last dying minutes. But at the moment you can see, while both my drivers are overtaking everyone and their mothers on track at the moment, as everyone's trundling around on inters, kind of stupidly, as me and as Balcazar and Cruz kind of go on softs. And we only got 2 others on medium, so I don't know. This looks like a bit of a odd glitch, actually, in a way. But now it looks like people are finally coming in for mediums. But, yeah, that's a little bit odd. Maybe something that needs to be looked at if the devs were intending that to definitely be a monsoon. And it's done the exact opposite. So, yeah, I'll update you if it does start raining. Right, there's that monsoon coming right on cue. And actually right on cue for our little stints. Because the race trim stint, for the first time I've actually made both drivers complete an entire 4-lap little practice stint there. In terms of the setups, it's still looking pretty mediocre at the moment, so we've got work to do, but obviously I'll do that right now. But I wanted to try and get the most I could out of the dry conditions to get these things up, obviously, because if the qualifying's dry, if the race is dry, there's no use kind of just wasting that dry period on not getting these levels up as high as I can. Now, during the wet period, which we don't need to really worry about during qualifying the race, now I can just work on the setup. Right, here's the monsoon then. My god, you just join us with some lightning. Wow, this is actually really cool. I did not think it was going to get this much because I was really underwhelmed by the dry conditions at the beginning of practice. Wow, this is actually really cool. I actually really like this. So this is the monsoon weather, guys. I'm pretty sure I can pretty sure with some confidence say that this is because of the new patch that was in, because I didn't think anything else of the patch, but this must have been it because I don't remember this ever being in the game, so that's pretty cool. And you join us right at the end of the session, well, towards the end of the session, where we're now on 97%. Well, Balcazar, so pretty damn good. I think we can try just something a little bit more to maybe get this just about perfect. We'll try and bump this up and try and judge this as best we can. There we go. I think that might do it just about to try and get even higher there. So we'll send her out for one more lap. Meanwhile, Cruz not so high, but still greats across the board, 94%. Let's try and see if we can bump that up to excellent, shall we? Send him out again, but yeah, with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, here is your monsoon weather. And actually, it looks like we're doing enough running in this monsoon weather to get 1 level of wet tie, even though we don't need it, unless the game's completely lying to us about qualifying in the race. But we've got race trim level 3 anyway, so that's a good thing. And we've got that level 2 for the soft. So all in all, not a bad practice session, pretty damn good. And yeah, nice to see that they're adding things, because I didn't even know they're going to add this. I didn't see any tweets or anything like that from the developers on Twitter saying they were going to add this into the game. So nice to see they're continuing on the development of the game into the new year. So pretty good. Looks like the changes we made to Cruz sort of half work there for him. He's got 1 excellent, but he actually went down to good on one of the parameters. So we're going to have to change that a little bit going into qualifying, but all in all, pretty decent session. Oh, what do you know? The game lied to us. It's raining in qualifying. It's not all clear. Right, of course it is. Right, we've got intermediates then. Okay, maybe it will get drier at some point in the end of the session. If it does, we're in the money. If it doesn't, I'm not too sure about this. So we may as well go with wet tyres and soft tyres for that. May as well, because you never know. Maybe there could be another monsoon shower, and it could just randomly go up to full wet. But in terms of the car setup, Balcazar is all good, 98%. We're going to leave that alone. But with Cruz, We actually went down 2, so that was great. So we got the speed balance correct. So if I get the speed balance literally back to where it was, that's fine. Now what I did for this to that was I increased the downforce. Maybe I need to decrease it a tiny bit. Maybe that's the trick there. And then for both those cases we had great, so it doesn't actually matter what we do on the suspension too much. We'll just keep it the same and try and keep the acceleration the exact same. Right, I'm going to change that. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, we have no idea what he thinks about the setup. He'll see about it in qualifying, but third or above, 650,000. That's going to be tough. Qualifying is obviously something that we still struggle with, and the practice sessions just don't have enough time for us to get qualifying trim, which is something that I tried to focus on at the very beginning of the first season in GP2, but then obviously we all realised it was sort of a lot better to just focus on the race, try and get the best we can out of qualifying, and, you know, just see, get a little bit lucky, hopefully. Maybe we can get a little bit lucky here today with some dry conditions, but let's take this. Let's go. Right, I'm going to send them out straight away for 1 lap, but if I can see that's going to dry up later on, I'm literally just going to bail on their laps. So we'll send them both out, but I'm going to keep my eye on this. If it goes up and up and up, I will keep them out there because it will be useful for them to get at least 1 sector and intos. But if it goes down, then we might bring them in because then we can just wait for the dry period, basically. But in the meantime, I guess we might as well do all this stuff and try and speed them all up, but I have no real concept of where we are on track at the moment. I've sort of lost place of where we are. Balcazar is in 3rd place over here on the map, so she's got some good room, so I'm just going to keep her there. For Cruz, I'll slow him down, though. Cruz, I'll slow down. And we've overheated things. Forget it. We've completely lost all track of sight of everything. It's going to get drier, it looks like. It is going to get drier, so it may be worth just bringing them in straight away, really. It might be worth just bringing them in. Make sure they get out for that dry period, really. So we're going to bail on this lap, take a risk here, and try and get into this dry period. Because if we can, this will be very, very useful. So let's send Balcazar straight out again. Soft tyres this will be on to. Go, 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 go. We'll do the same to Cruz when he comes in. As soon as this comes in, come on, send out again. Soft tyre, there we go. Send out. We're going to focus on Balcazar. Where is she? She's got some good room. So we're going to focus on getting this correct for her in terms of the tyre temps. We've got some space in front of us, so that's fine. Right, it's going to be perfect and cold, and we're going to get cold and cold for Cruz because I had to forget about Cruz basically for a bit. It was like last time. I can't focus on both drivers at once, but because of this situation at the moment, I can't afford to not do them at the same time in terms of the outlaps. So Cruz a little bit affected there with 2 cold tyres, but at the moment, obviously seeing purples because everyone set Inter's time, so this will be 1-2 at the moment. It's just about if anyone else sets dry times at the end of the session. I really hope not, but you can see immediately people are into the pits and they're onto the soft tyre, so I've got to hope actually, could Balcazar maybe come back in and just have enough time for 1 more outlap? I wonder. It's a 1:13 lap time. If she comes in now and I send her straight out and we go and gun it on the outlap, she could just make it out for another lap time, actually. So I'm going to send her out again. Tyre choice, another set of softs. Go, 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 go. Maybe she can go out just about in time. We'll send Cruz out anyway. I think it'll be too late for Cruz, to be honest, but we'll give it our best shot. We come across the line here, so literally, if we just speed them all up and just try and gun it, basically, they can maybe get it to the line. And Balcazar's got some nice clean air, so let's actually focus on slowing this down a little bit just to cool this down. Okay, in a good region, overheated. We've got overheated for Cruz, but they'll be on another lap. Balcazar's got some nice clean air, so at the moment we're not going to meet our target. We're 7th and 10th. Let's see, she does improve on her first sector. That's at least something. She does improve on the first sector. Gets held up in the middle a little bit, but gets past them easy enough. Does improve on the second sector as well. Okay, so she's improving, so it was worth doing this lap time. Comes across the line, doesn't improve in third sector. Cruz does improve on his lap. He goes up to third, and for a while, Cruz outqualifies Balcazar. But a bit of a disappointing session there, 10th and 12th. It was actually too much of a dry period, to be honest. There was actually too much dry running because everyone else was able to get plenty of laps in themselves and beat us. So, unfortunate, but I feel like we tried our best. Give it our best shot. Right, anyway, onwards and upwards to the race. So, it's looking all clear, according to the indicator as well. So, we're going to go for the soft tyres and race trim, of course, and for Cruz soft tyres and race trim. Actually, wait, hang on. Let me look at this. Have they got... No, she hasn't. Okay, that's fine. For a second there, I thought basically Balcazar had the nurse mechanic component, because if she did, I would have definitely maybe put that on, because she's the one with lower parts. She's got better parts, but less reliable ones. And in terms of the setup for Cruz, Looks like that setup change did make a difference. Yeah, he went up from 92 to 96. That was a good positive setup change we made there at the start of qualifying. So in terms of the strategy, 11 to 11 laps for the soft tyres. So in terms of fuel, it looks like here also, look at this. This is new. This has told me to start with 13 laps of fuel. So that's changed. So the patch has changed a few things. So now the game is recommending I start with 13 laps of fuel. Our tyres will go 11 laps. Generally, Cruz wears out his tyres more than Balcazar. So I'm going to go for a little bit less, actually. We're going to go for 11 laps of fuel, the minimum, because I don't think they'll even get to that on the first stint. I think they'll get to only probably about lap 8, lap 9. So we're going to go the same for Balcazar as well, 11 laps of fuel. Obviously, as per usual, attack and overtake, attack and overtake. And let's go out there and try and do the best we can. Remember last season, I think it was, we did win the race with Balcazar just about. So let's see if we can maybe, fingers crossed, knock on wood, try and replicate that. All right, here we go to 5 red lights for the Japanese Grand Prix. Balcazar in 12th, Cruz in Cruz in 10th, I should say. Balcazar in 12th. I don't know why they have a third person always highlighted at the start of the race. But anyway, we are moving on into turn 1. Cruz has had a pretty crap start, to be honest. He's down to 12th. And Balcazar down to 13th. But obviously, as they get through the natural ebb and flow of this race, they'll hopefully climb up the order a little bit immediately, because that's always what we've been doing so far. We're going to put it down to push already and just try and slow the tyre wear down as much as we can right at the start. We've actually got the starting guys conserving their tyres quite early on there. So we're going a lot more aggressive than they are at the front. And I think that's what we did last time, was it not? I think last time, in the first season in GP2, did we not? I think we pit very, very early compared to everyone else, and we made undercuts work quite well here. So that might be the strategy. I'm not going to follow what these guys are doing, which is going neutral and conserving their tyres straight away. We're going to push them a little bit more because, well, it worked out for us last time. So let's see. At the moment, Balcazar up into 10th, Cruz up into 12th. But at the same time, we may have to play this a little bit more strategically. Let's go down to high now. Let's just save a little bit of fuel here. Need to play this correctly because we'll go down to neutral. Because the thing is now, let's slow this down because this patch has actually changed things, actually. Very interesting. So none of the AI now, the AI don't push at the start of the race. They used to. They used to attack and use all their fuel at the start. They used to burn the engine at the start. Interesting. The patch has actually changed quite a lot here because this changes the dynamic of how we tackle these races, because now we can't outwit the AI by conserving the tyres at the start because they're doing the exact same thing now. How are we going to do this now? Do we go even longer than the AI? Do we go more aggressive and stop earlier, get an undercut? Who knows? I am actually stumped. This is no man's land at the moment. See, I kind of got used to how it all worked in the last few episodes in terms of the races. Now this is just throwing a spanner in the works. Now I don't actually know how to tackle this. I don't know what will trump these AI and what will get us to beat them today. At the moment, though, all I know is Balcazar's going pretty well in 7th and Cruz is in 9th. So all in all, pace has been pretty decent from the start and the get-go. But I think, you know what we're going to do? We're going to push a little bit and we're going to carry on attacking. Right, Balcazar's pace is already picked up, as is Cruz. Obviously, we're now on overtake mode on the engine, and we're on neutral on the tyre wear, because they're kind of in just a little bit over optimum range, so we'll keep on neutral so they don't burn out their tyres even more. And we are catching 6th place at the moment. It looks like probably they will come in this lap, I'm guessing, because they're all going low on the fuel, whereas we're still attacking. So I do think they'll probably be coming in this lap. That does mean we will go a little bit longer, probably 1 lap more. You can see they're actually all getting bunched up here. This is 5th and 4th. Yeah, they've really bunched up here. So we're going to come through. Balcazar swoops around the outside, gets up into 4th place. Might be 3rd by the time we get through these next few corners there. Looking decent, looking very decent. We're going to save a little bit of fuel, though, here, because looks like Balcazar can go 1 more lap further than Cruz. He's kind of drained his fuel even more, so we're going to pit in now with Cruz. And let's say if soft tyres, if they go 11 laps, that'll be lap 20, so that's fine. So we're going to fill up for 11 laps of fuel. I think that will be good enough. 11.88, 10.88, yeah, 10.88. Parts looking good. Fast pit stop, 7-second pit stop, that's fine. So he'll pit in this lap. Balcazar will continue on for 1 more lap. We'll attack now on this lap. We'll give it everything we've got, and we'll come in and end this lap. Pit in now for the next set of soft tyres. In terms of the fuel, very, very marginal on the fuel there. So we'll fill up for 10.22. Or actually, no, let's put in 1 more just in case. Fast pit stop there. All good, all good. Balcazar gets up into 2nd place. Nice work from Chica. Nice stuff, nice stuff. And we'll just make it through into the pits on marginal fuel. In we go. Time that to perfection there with the fuel with her. And she comes in. Good pit stop. Meanwhile, we need to now concentrate on this. Bring that down to conserve. Go to high. Go down to... We'll do pushing right now to get the tyre temps up. But Cruise's tyre temps are already up enough. But it looks like the undercut did not work there for Cruz. And meanwhile, Balcazar's got some decent pace off the start on these fresh tyres. She goes round the outside of one car there. Although Cruz, wow, look at that. Cruz came out of nowhere like a bullet and has gone up into the 6th and is overtaken Balcazar. Wow. Well, that came out of nowhere. That was very, very odd. So we're going to bring her down to neutral. And we'll continue on like this. We're actually going down to neutral fuel for Cruz, though. Need to stretch that fuel out a little bit more. Whereas Balcazar, we can afford to go a little bit heavier, a little bit more aggressive, I should say, on the fuel, because she's got 10.2 compared to 7.88. So we need to go a little bit less aggressive on that with Cruz. Meanwhile, Balcazar is going quite attacking. Now, Balcazar is getting held up here a little bit. Let's say allow a teammate through. Allow her through, allow her through, allow her through. Come on, let her through. Okay, there we go. Now race, now race. Okay, so Cruz has dropped 2 positions there, but I couldn't compromise Balcazar's pace because she's got some really, really decent pace at the moment. And we've got other people around us on mediums not doing so well. So decent at the moment. We'll keep it like this. I'll try and conserve Cruz's tyres a little bit because the temps have shot up there. But at the moment looking okay. Still outside that top 3 that we need to try and get the sponsor bonus though. Right, lap 17, sit rep. Balcazar still in 4th place. 3rd place is there, you can see, going off under the bridge. So she's got some decent pace. It's a 1:19.8. So pretty half competitive to the people behind us, at least. The guys ahead are a little bit faster there, I will admit. But at the moment, in terms of how I think the strategy will work out is, I think we'll probably be ending up being faster than them in the last stint. And you can see now, visually, we are getting close to the 3rd place there. So Balcazar is closing up. Cruz, meanwhile, 5th place at the moment. We've been going more conservative with him because he had a little bit less fuel to contend with. And also his tyre wear was more because he made the undercut. So he's going to be coming in earlier. So he's going to have to do a bit more tyre saving at the end of the race. Whereas Balcazar can probably go the same way she's gone the entire race long. We can keep on going kind of a good medium between aggressive and kind of conservative, you know, neutral and high. But we'll continue on like this for at least another lap with Cruz. I think now I'll put it up into attack mode. We'll attack and we're going to pit in this lap. So that means he's going to have to go 15 laps, which is just going to be a bit of a tall order. So I might actually have to stick Cruz on to the medium tyres potentially. I think that might have to be the case because that's how bad his tyre wear has actually been, unfortunately. So I'm going to put him in medium tyres, 15 to 16 laps. We're going to have to do it. We don't have the performance perk for it, but it's just necessary because otherwise I don't think he'll really make it through comfortably. So 4.62 there on the fuel, so we can push the fuel a little bit more. Engine's going to be fine if we push it. So a bit of a different thing with Cruz. He's going to go on to medium tyres. Sorry, buddy, we just have to try it because you're not going to make it to the end on soft tyres there. So good pit stop for him. We can go on to pushing for now. Overtake mode on the fuel. We'll go on to high actually because we've not got any excess fuel there. So that's actually a little bit annoying. We can't use as much as I thought we could. Meanwhile, Balcazar, she can come through for one more lap. She can probably go for another lap and attack now with some low tyre wear. She'll come in at the end of this lap now. We're going to soft tyres. We'll fuel up for 13 laps. 13.33. Pit strategy fast, and that will be just about perfect, I think, by the end of the race. But she's closing up to 2nd place, who's struggling as well on his or her mediums, Fox, here at the moment. So looking good with her. Okay, let's focus on Cruz, though, because she's going to come in and end this lap anyway. So, Cruz, in terms of fuel, looking decent on the fuel. At the moment, I think he's got a little bit extra, but it's not telling me that anymore. Maybe that's something they've changed. Oh, no, there it is. So he's got a little bit of excess fuel. I'll keep that there in the back burner. We'll continue pushing on. We'll go to neutral now because his tyre temps are okay. Meanwhile, Balcazar, sorry, I keep mixing up the names. Balcazar has come out in 5th place and she's got excess fuel. Pushing on at the moment, and you can see 4th place on mediums, 3rd place McLeod on softs, but look how worn those softs are already. So McLeod's probably going to make another pit stop here. Balcazar up into 4th. If McLeod makes another pit stop, which we are not doing, we might be up into 3rd naturally here. So fingers crossed, let's see what goes on. Meanwhile, with Cruz, not too bad. 7th place at the moment, pushing on. What's his pace like, though? 120.5 to 120.1. That will eventually start to improve, I hope. Right, I put cruise onto overtake mode of the engine, and we'll bring it down now to high, as that gets a little bit low for my liking, but we're closing up to 7th place, though, so this is promising. I'm going to bring it down to medium as we get a little bit closer, because he might get held up a little bit, so I don't want to burn out the fuel too much while we're stuck behind the car, but good pace on that lap as we come across the line for lap 26. He does set a much better lap time. That was a 120, although the guy ahead's doing a 117, but look how bad his tyres are. He can't be going to the end. If he's going to the end, that's just crazy. So he's got to be pitting. So we should get up into 6th there with him. Balcazar, hopefully we do get up into 3rd. Yes, we do. Nice stuff. Up into 3rd place there. Looking dandy. We've got, how many laps will that be? 7 laps left. We're going to start conserving the tyres now and go on to medium fuel mixture as we now wind down and go a little bit longer now in this stint and try and conserve what we've got at the moment. I know we're right behind 2nd here at the moment, but the hope is I can naturally overtake them with Balcazar being on the soft tyres. We need to start thinking about that tyre wear and that fuel towards the end of the race. Meanwhile, with Cruz, he's got a bit of excess fuel again. Keeps kind of ping-ponging around with excess fuel, then not excess fuel. So we need to keep an eye on it. But at the moment, up in 6th. What's the pace like for Costa? 118.4. Cruz only doing 121s. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, you can clearly... Oh, no. Front wing's not looking too great. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to ignore that for now. Actually, where are you on track? Ignore that. Wait, pause. Where are you? Where are you on track? You just passed the pit. Well, that's good. What's the gap? 11 seconds. 11 seconds. We could afford to pit. Can we? Could we not? Could we afford to pit and just fix the front wing? No need for fueling. Just pit. Just fix the part. Just fix the part. That's all I'm asking. Can we do that? Maybe strap on a fresher set of tyres? Fresher set of tyres won't add us. 5-second pit stop. That will get us into 4th. But we could have better pace to then overtake. I think I'm going to have to try that because that park condition, that front wing's going to fall off. I'm going to lose even more time. The suspension's also very, very... Oh, no. Do we have to fix that as well? We are going to fix that. 14 seconds. That will take us minus 14. That will take us to just around 5th or 6th. Oh, boy. What's the conditions for Cruz looking like? Okay, he's okay, annoyingly. Okay, so we sort of knew this about her, but I didn't think the suspension was going to be that bad as well. Oh boy, okay, we're not going to fuel up, we don't need fuel. Pit, 14 seconds, she'll come out in 5th. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that with 5 laps to go? With 5 laps to go. I'm going to have to, otherwise we're going to lose out on just basic points if her car completely failed, so... Pit in at the end of this lap, go all-out attack on the end of this lap and just come in. Actually, we can't go all-out on the fuel, though, because we won't make it to the end, will we? We'll just about make it to the end. So we're going high there for this lap there, but pushing on this lap now because we have to come in for an extra pit stop. This is very, very annoying indeed. Very, very annoying. Right, Balcazar's going to come in now. We're going to put onto the medium fuel. She's going to fix that part. Come on, nice stuff. Okay, we're out in 5th place. Go, 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 go. Push, push, push. Let's go and get these places. Let's go and get these places. Come on. Okay, lap 32. Cruz is dropping off. His pace has been horrible on the medium tyres, but he wouldn't have got to the end there. But at the moment, we're focusing on Balcazar. Lap 32 at the moment. She just has enough fuel to get across the line. We have to maybe put it down to low for a tiny bit. We are catching up to 4th place. That's good. We've got the tyre wear. Much better tyre wear than them. So we're just going to keep on pushing here. And we are going to close up for 4th. I don't know if we'll get 3rd, though. But we're going to have enough fuel just about as we cross the line. We'll just about have enough, I think. We're closing up to 4th. We're closing up to 4th. Also looking a little bit iffy on the fuel. But we're going to come on. Overtake, 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 overtake. Come on. On the line. Yes. Overtaken on the line. 4th place. But it's not 3rd. So I'm not going to be that happy about it. It's only 4th. Not 3rd place. We have not got the podium for the sponsors, and we've not even got what we got last time, which was 1st place. Bit of a frustrating race there, but really, the patch has thrown up a lot of things now. That was a very different race to other races now, because the AI played that very differently. They played it very, very differently, because they actually conserved their tyres at the start, and that meant that me conserving my tyres wasn't much of a big deal anymore at the start of the Grand Prix, like it was literally in the last episodes. So that's interesting. That's interesting. We're going to have to start learning a little bit maybe what the next best strategy is for that. But we've got low risk of rule break. We're going to check the cars. No rules broken. That's fine. But we get 3 points there with Balcazar, 0 with Cruz, unfortunately. And I think, yeah, we will go down the order into third now. 2 points behind second place there. So that's unfortunate. We have to try and leapfrog them again in the next race or so. But yeah, that was a very weird one. Interesting one. The patch definitely has some question marks to throw up for the next round. But all in all, okay, I guess. But we are going to be in negative, I think. Ooh, just about broke even. Just about broke even there. 100,000. Just about, even though we didn't get the bonus for either qualifying or the race, which I guess is pretty good. It's a pretty good thing, pretty good sign that we're breaking even every single race pretty much now. So that's okay. In terms of mail, what do they want to talk? Obviously, there's going to be an interview. We're going to look at that. Except interview, probably going to be some stuff about the drivers. Testing weekend wasn't a race. Yeah, I take the blame. I'm just going to take the blame. It wasn't even my fault necessarily. I think the front wing, a little bit annoying, but obviously that was also technically my fault at the beginning. Cruz struggled, finished down 9th, wasn't a great drive. Nothing to worry about, he'll bounce back. That was just unfortunate. We wore out his tyres way too much in the second stint, and then he just couldn't make it to the end of the softs, so we had to stick him on medium tyres. But yeah, so below target apparently there. So yeah, the chairman's maybe a little bit unhappy with us, but we've still got very secure jobs. That's fine, that's fine. But that's where I'm going to actually leave it, guys, because I don't actually have that much time today, unfortunately, for you guys. So that's going to be it. So do leave a like if you did enjoy it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're on here, and do subscribe for weekly form content. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoyed the day, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.